to do a video today. I want to gear it more towards people who are a little more liberal-minded, people on the left side of the political spectrum, people who, maybe believe in things like being pro-choice, legalized marijuana, gay marriage, that type of thing. I want to have a conversation with you guys. You see, I want to explain in a way that hopefully you'll understand why people like myself, people who are pro-gun, pro-Second Amendment, find it so abhorrent when new gun laws are placed upon us, when new restrictions are put down on us, why we feel that our rights are being so infringed upon that we need to speak up and say something about it. So the first thing you have to understand is, what is infringement? What does it mean? Why is it in the Second Amendment? Why do they say shall not be infringed when it comes to us, the people, having the ability to keep and bear arms? Well, to infringe something means to limit or to undermine it in some way. So almost every single gun law does exactly that. It limits our abilities to own a gun or undermines that ability in some way. Doesn't matter what law you're talking about, whether it's background checks, FFL laws, anything. It limits or undermines the ability to keep and bear arms. Therefore, it is an infringement. So now I want you to picture that you have everything you want as a liberal, specifically a liberal that believes in gay marriage. There is an amendment to the Constitution that says people have the right to marry whoever they want without infringement. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be exactly what you want? Picture that world. So now I want you to picture that a little bit of time has gone by and you've been able to enjoy that freedom, that right, that liberty that no other country has afforded its citizens. But after a little bit of time, people in the government start coming after that right. And they start doing so on the federal level. They start finding ways to infringe, to limit, to undermine that right. And now I want you to picture that they're coming after that right by doing things like making sure you can only get married by certain people, at certain times, at certain places, places regulated by the federal government. That you can only get married after a thorough background check through a federal government institution, like the FBI. That if you want to marry a certain type of person, you have to get permission from the ATF and pay a $200 tax stamp and wait 6 to 18 months to get approved for that marriage. And you can't marry anybody across state lines. Would you think that's an infringement? Would you think that limits or undermines your ability to get married? You see, when the federal government comes down on law-abiding citizens, citizens who are not criminals, with new laws, with new regulations that infringe, that limit, that undermine our constitutionally guaranteed right to keep and bear arms, all of us, not just me, but all of us, when they say that we cannot have something without jumping through hoops that they have predetermined because they want the power to make those judgments, it is as abhorrent to us as it would be to you if the federal government made you jump through ridiculous hoops simply to marry somebody that you wanted to marry. This is the problem with gun laws. This is the problem with government in general. You see, we spend too much time fighting back and forth. Me fighting for my gun rights, you fighting for your gay rights. Yet what do we end up doing? We end up bashing the other side instead of spending our time concentrating on the real problem. An overblown, bloated government that wants to control every aspect of all of our lives. Period. This is what the problem is. So in the end, it doesn't matter whether or not you care about gay rights, or even if you care about gun rights. And it doesn't matter if I care about gay rights. We should be fighting together for all of our rights, all of our freedoms, all of our liberties, that ability to seek out happiness in our own lives, as long as we do not infringe on the rights of others. Gun rights are an essential issue to the founding of our country and today. This is the right to defend ourselves against any and all tyranny. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about an out-of-control government or just the criminal up the street who wants to take something from you, maybe even your life. Gun rights are about all of us. Just like the ability to marry whoever you want should be about all of us. In the end, if you fight for my freedom and my liberty, I'm damn sure going to fight for yours.